Dalton, what is so important?
Guys, I'm so excited. I found 7 verses in the Bible that teach law of attraction.
Guys, you are in for an awesome episode of Millennial Mindset. We are your hosts. I'm Brian.
I'm Dalton, baby.
Dalton, what are we going to be talking on tonight's episode?
So, in the Bible, there's 7 verses that teach law of attraction. And as we know, we're in the personal development space, and law of attraction is taught a lot by spiritual people, by Tony Robbins, everyone you know in the personal development space. Anyone who's successful teaches law of attraction. Well, the Bible teaches law of attraction.
And it's funny because my entire life, I grew up being taught the Bible. I came from parents who believe in God. And I remember when I started learning about law of attraction and positivity, and your mind does attract whatever it is you want to achieve in life. You attract that into your life, into your physical existence. And I was telling my dad about all of this stuff, and he goes, all of that's found in the Bible. I was like, a light bulb went off. And I go, that's so crazy, because I remember reading the Bible throughout my entire life. There's several Bible passages that talk about law of attraction. So I asked Dalton, I go, we should have an episode about this. And I go, this would make a great episode. It's great content, because it's not just us teaching this stuff. It's not just us preaching this stuff. This stuff goes back hundreds of thousands of years.
Yeah.
I mean, this has been around since the beginning of time.
And I feel like a lot of people in the religious or Christianity space, they kind of separate the power of the mind and all these things, and they just focus on God's word, which is amazing, but little do we know, God's word teaches all these things that we all...
I believe that our physical existence is all tied together with the power of the mind, to your faith, to your religious beliefs, your personal life, your business life. It's all tied together. It's all a part of who you are. Anything that you want to do in this life, you can create that reality. And in the Bible, it says it specifically, and it goes into great detail. So let's get into the first Bible passage that explains law of attraction.
But before we do, we want to make sure you guys, first of all, thank you for watching this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave your comments below, and let's get right into it.
And also, thank you guys for everybody tuning in. We are on the road to 100 subscribers. So if you find our content valuable, like Dalton said, please like, share, and subscribe. The closer we get to 100 subscribers, we are going to be having a 100 subscriber giveaway. We haven't exactly yet decided on what we want to do for that 100 subscriber giveaway. So if you guys have any feedback, if you guys have any ideas, put it in the comments below, and we'll make sure we read them.
So these 7 verses, some are from the Old Testament, some are from the New Testament. So the first one is, Jesus said, "In all things whatsoever you shall ask in prayer, believing, and you shall receive." Matthew 21:22.
And we did an episode about prayer and meditation. So after you guys are finished watching this video, tune into one of our previous episodes to catch that episode. But it's crazy, because what is faith? Faith is like prayer. Faith is meditation. You know, without faith, you're not going to achieve what you desire. You need to have faith. It talks about it not only in the Bible, but it talks about it in Think and Grow Rich. You need to have faith. You need to have prayer, because you're going to go through your good times. You're going to go through your bad times. And most people, unfortunately, when they encounter some sort of problem, some sort of challenge, some sort of obstacle, they quit. But if you have that faith, if you have the capability to pray, it's going to make it that much easier to get you that much more closer to your goal.
Yeah. And here's something I want to point out. He says, ask in prayer and believe and you shall receive. Well, like some people, they want to pray to God and they want to just try to get God to answer their prayers. Well, guess what? God has the answers. We don't have the answers ourselves. And the whole purpose of prayer is to align our will to God's will. God has the ultimate will for our life, and we're not trying to align God to our will. We're trying to align our will to God, and that's what we do through prayer. And the key distinction is ask it through prayer, because law of attraction, like in these books, Think and Grow Rich and all that, it talks about asking to the universe, asking, just put those frequencies out there, which is true to a certain extent, but this is ask in prayer. We're praying to God.
And you made a good point. It's about aligning yourself. Spirituality, law of attraction, talks about being in alignment, being in the right frequency. So I think they're talking about the same exact things, but just in different wording. Because prayer, how do you feel after you pray? You feel hopeful, you feel joyful, you feel better. And law of attraction teaches you need to be in that space of feeling good, because when you feel good and when everything's going right, you're attracting those things into your life. And on the flip side, when you don't feel good, when you have those negative feelings, you're attracting more negativity into your life.
So, number 2, ask and it shall be given to you. Seek and you shall find. Knock and it shall be opened unto you. Matthew 7:7.
And this is good too, because law of attraction teaches, ask, believe, receive. And that also is explained in Think and Grow Rich too. It's kind of funny how Think and Grow Rich is very biblical in a sense. Ask, believe, receive. What does that mean? You ask, what are your intentions in life? What are your desires? What do you intend to accomplish? Everybody, if you're aware, you're going to have some sort of dreams and desires. And if you don't, it's okay. Take out a notepad. We've done episodes on this as well. Take out some notepads and just write down some goals you want to achieve, both short-term and long-term. And that's asking. That's asking the universe. That's asking God. Those are your intentions. Believe. You need to have that faith. It goes back to the first Bible passage that we just read and went over. But you need to believe. You need to have faith, prayer, because like we said, you're going to go through the good times and the bad times. So you need to have that faith to push you towards your goals and desires. And then receive. When you put everything together, when you ask, you have that faith, you're believing, now it's time to receive. And I feel like that's almost the hardest part, is to receive what you intended to go out and get. A lot of people, right when it's there for them to bring into their physical reality, I feel like so many of us quit. I feel like, that's what they say, and I say this all the time, but they say right when you're about to quit, typically that's where the pot of gold is. Typically that's where the success is. So right when you're about to quit, when everything is not going right, everything's going terrible, there's a lot of just not good things going on, you got to commit and push yourself that much harder, because that's when you're going to be receiving all the good things, everything that you intended, all your dreams and desires.
And this verse, I think, can be taken multiple ways. First, you should ask God and pray to God, but also I think what he's saying is be intentional. Be intentional with what you're doing. Know what you want and go after it. Knock on that door. You got to know which door to knock to.
Absolutely.
So number 3, the kingdom of heaven is within. Luke 17:21.
And I love this one too, because our physical reality, we get distracted by so many things. And people put their happiness into physical things. And people assume that life is an outward journey because of all of our senses, our eyes, everything. But life is actually an inward journey. And a lot of people don't realize that. You can have everything given to you, yet will you be happy? If you had everything you desired right now, will you be happy? So the kingdom of God that's found within, how I like to interpret that is, you can be happy in any given situation. You can find positivity in any given situation. It's all about, it's perception. My brother, he loves jumping out of airplanes and parachuting. I could never do that. That would be the most terrifying experience of my life. Yet my brother found joy in that. So the kingdom of heaven is found within. It's like you got to find that happiness within yourself. If you need answers to questions, it's found within you. Everything that you need is found within. And the crazy thing about that is we're all made in God's image, and we're all a part of God. We're all part of source energy, the universe, whatever you want to call it. That's within us. So anything we want to achieve, all the answers that we're looking for, happiness, joy, everything, all the positive emotions, that's literally found within us. It's an inward journey. It's not an outward journey. So you can be happy in any situation. You can find joy in any situation. You can find answers. You just got to look within. It may take some time, but it's a spiritual journey inwards.
And where is heaven? Heaven is in the presence of God. Wherever God is, that's where heaven is. And that's what Jesus is saying. Jesus said he is in us. If we accept Christ in our heart, he lives in us. And that's what it says. The kingdom of heaven is within us. And when we meditate, what are we always trying to experience? We're trying to experience that presence, peace, joy,
alignment.
And how is heaven described? Peace, love, joy. That's what we're doing when we're meditating. We're getting into that heavenly place inside of us.
Being in the present moment.
Yes, in the presence of God.
Exactly.
Number 4, if thou can believe, all things are possible to him that believeth. Mark 9:23.
So this just goes back to faith. Believe. Whatever your heart desires, go out and get it. You got to have that faith. You got to ask, believe, receive. And once you already have your intention, once you focus your energy on achieving whatever you desire, once you have faith, anything is possible. Anything is possible. And then once you're right there, then it's time to receive. I mean, it's not rocket science. I believe that the most complex things in life have the simplest solutions. And that just goes back to looking within, aligning yourself with God, with the universe, with source energy, and finding all the answers.
Number 5, as a man thinks in his heart, so he is. Proverbs 23:7. And there's a great book. It's called As a Man Thinketh. It's a famous book. And that's what it's talking about. What you think, that's what you become. And that's exactly what this verse is saying. What's in your heart, in your mind, that's who you're going to become.
And really ask yourself this. Whatever it is you guys are doing right now, whatever it is you want to achieve, is that truly what you want? And do you truly mean it? I mean, right here it talks about, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. That's down to your core. That's down to your soul. That's on a subconscious level. Do you truly believe it? Like, everybody wants to be successful, but are you just saying that? Or do you truly believe it with everything you have, with all of your heart, with all of your soul, with all of your subconscious? Do you truly believe that? Because a lot of us, I feel like, don't believe it. We'll say it because it sounds good. We think our parents want to hear that kind of stuff. But do you truly believe? Do you have a burning desire? It talks about that in Think and Grow Rich. It's crazy. Like, Think and Grow Rich is like pretty much all about this. Yeah. But do you have that burning desire to go out and complete it? Have you burned all bridges and burned all the boats? And we did an episode on that. It was our last episode, right? So tune into our last episode. But did you burn the bridge? There's no going back. That's the type of faith and burning desire you have to have in order to achieve these things.
And where is your heart? Is your heart on earthly things, on possessions, on money, on ego? Or is your heart on heavenly things? Is your heart going to be attached to the things of this world? That's who you're going to become. You're very limited to what's in this world. Or are you focused on the heavenly things? Is your heart on the heavenly things? Because that's what matters in life.
And they also talk about too, your heart is so powerful as far as giving off emotions. And that's why they talk about, when you visualize, not only should you visualize and have everything that you want to achieve in your mind, but you need to tie the positive emotions to that as well. You need to align not only your thoughts, but your heart as well. And so they say, and I know Tony Robbins talks about this, if you can believe it in your mind's eye, you're that much closer. But if you can tie your emotions to that as well, and truly not only see it in your mind, but feel the emotions that you will, it's almost like you're predicting your own future. If you can feel those emotions and achieve it, you're even that much closer towards achieving your goals.
Number 7 or 6, do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Romans 12:2. And be transformed. How do you become transformed? I believe when you accept Christ in your heart, he transforms you. You see, there's tons of stories about people. There's a great movie called I Can Only Imagine. It's a very, very good Christian movie. And it's about the singer by Mercy Me. I forgot his exact name. But his dad was a very horrible, just abusive, alcoholic, horrible person. And he treated his son so horribly. But he found Christ and he completely transformed him. And he became a new person. His mind was renewed.
And life is a journey. You know, how you start life is not how you're going to finish it. It's a marathon, it's not a sprint. And I actually thought about this today as well. I was going to do a quick little video on this. But life it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And if you can do one thing every single day to improve yourself and just do it to the best of your ability, everything from the way you treat your loved ones, your family, to the way you do your chores, to the type of business person you are, how you act in the workplace, to the way you brush your teeth, to the way you cook dinner, to the way you act with your kids. Do it to the best of your ability. And if you can do it to the best of your ability, you're already on that road to transformation. You're transforming to the best possible version of yourself. And I believe that the better you can be, these small victories each and every single day add up to big, huge successes. But like I said, you gotta just put in all the effort. And if you view it like that, because if you go, man, that's my life, that's many years away. I'm gonna live here for a long, long time. And then you're just gonna procrastinate. But if you break it down into a daily habit of being as the best version of yourself, even smaller than that, into an hourly goal to be the best version of yourself, that's going to lead to daily wins, to monthly wins, to yearly wins.
And I think we need to renew our minds every single day, because as it says, do not conform to the patterns of this world. And as if you haven't noticed, what's going on in the world is pretty crazy right now. We don't want to conform to that. We want to be above that. We want to put our mind on heavenly things, like I said, because this world is full of greed, of evil, of bad things, and we don't want to conform to that. The last verse, number 7. If you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you will say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move, and nothing will be impossible to you. Matthew 17:20.
I love this Bible passage. It's probably one of my favorites. But it's talking about the mustard seed. It's so tiny, but it grows a huge, huge tree, beautiful tree. And if your faith was as strong as the mustard seed, nothing would be impossible. And what do they say? Like, how much of our mind do we even utilize?
10%.
It's something crazy small. So the power of the mind, I believe, is limitless. I mean, if we're already on our way to colonizing Mars, like, think how crazy that is. Think how insane the technology that is. There's no reason why each and every one of us can achieve all of our dreams and desires.
Yeah, I truly live by this quote, because there's a reason why he says the mustard seed, because Jesus is talking about God-like faith. If you have God-like faith, you can have the smallest amount of faith, but if it's that God absolute faith, you can move mountains. And a lot of us, we think that we believe in ourselves and we have faith, but it's kind of this faith in ourselves, faith in other things. But it's one thing to experience God-like faith. That isn't a faith like no other, and you will truly achieve anything that you can even imagine.
On that note, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Go ahead and check out these Bible passages and interpret them for yourself. This was just our opinions on it. And thank you so much for all of our loyal subscribers for tuning in each and every single week. If you're new to this channel, thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found some sort of joy in our content. And if you like it, please like, share, and subscribe. On that note, guys, we're going to be signing off. Catch you guys on the next episode of Millennial Mindset. Take care.